Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 333 News. I'm your news anchor Wario, and in tonight's episode, we're going to be doing a grand reveal of the Meteorology studio. We spent about, a week, I would say, preparing the Meteorology studio. We finished it up earlier this week, and now we are ready to show you. So Donkey Kong is going to be giving you a tour of the Meteorology studio because he's going to be the one that's running it from now on, and there's a lot of stuff we have to offer there, so I'm really excited for this. Let's get into it. Over to you, Donkey Kong, in the Meteorology studio. Alright, welcome to the Meteorology studio. I'm Donkey Kong. I'm going to be running the Meteorology studio, and yeah, this is the Meteorology studio. If you don't know already, it's the Meteorology studio. As you can see, we got Meteorology studio up there, so you know this is Meteorology studio. So yeah, this is the Meteorology studio. I'm not sure if I made it obvious enough for you by now, but it's the Meteorology studio. Shut up, Donkey Kong, get on with it. Alright. So, yeah, I'm going to be running the Meteorology studio, and I'm going to show you what we have to offer in this Meteorology studio. So, the first things first, let's go ahead and change the scene here real quick. Here is our radar and map section, or our screen, rather. So, what the Meteorology studio is it's an area of the news studio where we have this big panoramic screen in the back, and we get to show a whole bunch of meteorology stuff here. I have no idea how all of this works, so Wario is going to be running it from behind the scenes, but I'm going to do all the announcing for the meteorology stuff, and right here, this is our map screen. So on the left, we got a few guides over here on the left about, snowfall totals and wind maps and stuff. There's a color code for each one of those, and you can see just how strong the winds are and stuff. So those are always going to be there when we do our forecasting and stuff. On the right, we got the little radar color codes. We got the rain, the snow, the mix one. They're just like any other radar, so the colors are going to be the same pretty much across all of the news stations. And in the middle here, this is where we're going to put the maps, because it even says there the maps, radar, and stuff go here. So that's where the maps are going to go. We don't have one right now, so it just has the placeholder thing there. But that's where we'll put the maps when we got a map to put there. Alright, over to our next screen. We brought back an old feature that I think you guys are going to like, the threat levels. I think that Frank really carried on in his legacy. Well, only for 2 or 3 news episodes, but, whatever, the windows are still vibrating anyways. Threat levels, there's a guide to it on the right over there. It says that 0 is calm, 1 is low, 2 is moderate, 3 is high, 4 is damaging, and 5 is catastrophic. I don't know what any of that means, but it's a threat level scale, and basically, according to what I think, it's going to be put up to the left here whenever we do have to report some threat levels for upcoming storms and stuff. So, we put the condition, and then we have a number next to it that indicates its threat level. I think that's pretty cool, and yeah, it's a great thing to revive from the old 3 News episodes. Alright, one more scene change, and this is probably my favorite one of all. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. So, this is our 7-day forecast, which was an old series on 333 News. We used to do a 7-day forecast every Sunday, and now we're going to be doing that again. And for once, we actually do have it prepared this week. So, here's our 7-day forecast for the week of, what day is it today? June 4th. So, as you're probably going to be able to tell, it's miserable. We got rain on Monday, we got clouds Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's really only going to start to clear up by Friday. And even then, there's still going to be a little bit of clouds. Saturday and Sunday also going to be a bit cloudy. You'll also notice it stays rather cool for the beginning of the week, with Tuesday being a bit notably warmer, but still, Tuesday's not as warm. We don't really get into the summer conditions until the weekend, where it really starts to warm up. Saturday and Sunday. Sunday is going to be the warmest day of the whole week, apparently. I mean, for June, it's actually a pretty cold start. And, well, we did have those 2 80-degree days right away when June was starting, but now it's pretty cold for June, at least. And, yeah, what you'll notice about the 7-day forecasting is we have the day of the week up top, we have a weather icon in the middle, and then we have our high and low temperatures at the bottom. Yeah, that's about it. It's just like any other weather channel. But it's special because it's 333 News. Alright, Wario. I think that's all I've got to say here. I think they've seen the Meteorology studio well enough. I'm going to bring it back to you now. Well, there you have it. That's the Meteorology Studio, and that's Donkey Kong who's going to be running the Meteorology Studio. It definitely took us a while to get this Meteorology Studio up and running. You know, not everything is easy around here, especially now that we're a semi-popular YouTube channel, rather than one that wasn't known at all back in 2017 and 2018. When 333 News was just Frank sitting in front of a wall and the DSI screen on the right. Now we've got an entire meteorology studio. I think we've made some pretty big advancements here at 333 News. But yeah, that's Donkey Kong in the meteorology studio, and I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, you'll probably know, if you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, we used to have a 7-day forecast every Sunday on 333 News, and for 2 333 News episodes back in the day, there were also threat levels, and those were mainly only used on the Hurricane Jose and the High Wind Watch. So we brought that back too. And we brought back the 7-day forecast, of course. The icons that we have to pick from are, well, there's not a whole ton of variety. They're pretty basic, but we'll see what we can do in the meantime. And yeah, it looks pretty cool. Now, I can't guarantee the forecasts are always going to be accurate. I mean, they're pretty much never accurate for any of the news sources that do any weather forecasting. Well, not 100% accurate anyways, but still good enough that you'll know generally what's going to happen. And forecasts change day to day, so don't expect it to pan out the way that it's currently being forecasted. Just going to put a note out there. And yeah. Now, the plan from now on is basically whenever we don't have anything else to do for a 323 News story, we'll just do a weekly 7-day forecast. Otherwise, if there is something else, we'll have that instead. We might still do the 7-day forecast just because. So yeah, you can definitely look forward to that being a weekly thing now. Again. Which Frank said while he was doing it back in 2017, and it did continue up until the end of the year, but hopefully we're going to be able to keep it going for longer than a month this time, or almost 2 months, really. So yeah, that's the Meteorology Studio. It looks very promising to me. I think it looks great. Hopefully Donkey Kong knows what the heck he's doing in there, otherwise he might be fired and replaced by somebody else. But I think he'd be a good fit for the job. Well, if he can get a little bit smarter anyways. Anyways, I think that's going to do it, and I finally have a really good way to end each 333 News episode. Thank you for tuning in to 333 News, and we'll see you in the next episode. Wario out.